Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar, so sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate that. Also, if you guys are concerned with the price action on Hedera, drop your complaints down in the comments below. I do want to hear about, some complaints that you guys, have, and I will address it in a video for tomorrow. Obviously, I will agree with a lot of it, most likely, because we are kind of in the same boat. Hedera is my number 2 holding in terms of the amount held, not the value held. I am, also concerned with a lot of things within Hedera. Am I frustrated with the price action? Sure. But do I believe that, this is going to be the price forever? Absolutely not. I still believe that, Hbar will hit $3 to $6. We will address that. We will also address real quick the circulating supply. So I do know that they have been unlocking tokens at a higher rate than they did, earlier anticipate. But the overall circulating supply right now that we have currently is really nothing compared to most. Just so you guys know, I know that I've compared Hbar to XRP in the past in terms of the structural run from 2017 and 2018. When we did do that run on, XRP, we did have, almost the supply that we have now. We had like around, I think it was 30-some billion at that time. I might be wrong on that, so don't quote me. I don't really remember too much about 2017 in terms of the supply for XRP, but I do remember this massive run that we did take, and I also remember the overall sentiment around XRP leading up to this breakout point, which was bearish. Now, with XRP, I want you guys to know that this run here that we did do is still something that we could do on Hbar. In fact, if we go to, Hedera on Coin Perspective and we go to $3.84, so this is actually $3.80 or $3.80. Let me go. There we go. So we'd have about a market cap of $76.6 billion or 16x from our current levels. I want you guys to know that, when we are talking about $76.6 billion in market cap, that does sound like a lot. But a lot of these assets that are in the top 10 were at some higher price targets even, when they were at their all-time highs. Dogecoin is one that I specifically talk about a little bit because, it really kind of shows you guys what, speculation and hype actually can address. Like, for example, the all-time high on, Dogecoin is like around 73 cents. We could actually kind of show you guys this real quick. So let me go down here to, we'll start with BNB. From BNB, we'll go to 88, and then from 88, we'll go to Solana, and then we will go to Dogecoin. So, again, on a lot of these assets, we are going to go off of their all-time highs to actually really ensure that you guys know that market cap and circulating supply doesn't really matter too much in terms of how much money flows into an asset or how high an asset can actually go. I want you guys to know that, it's not all about the market cap and the price target or circulating supply. It's just how much buyer demand there actually is for an asset. Now, do I believe that the buyer demand for Hedera is going to continue to grow? 100%, especially as we do see things like staking and DeFi coming to Hedera. I think that that is going to provide a lot of insight on, buyer demand and, of course, price appreciation. But let's start with Dogecoin. So we do see that the all-time high was around 73.76. Now, I've addressed this multiple times, but the market cap would be about $97.9 billion. You can actually see what, Hedera would be at in terms of that price, $4.91, upside of 21x. Perfectly within my $3 to $6 range. And let's actually go to BNB. So BNB is pretty significant because this did have an incredible year. I'm not going to lie. When we did hit the all-time high back in May, everyone was going crazy about BNB because if you look at the all-time low just 4 years prior to that, we were at around roughly, almost 10 cents. So this had a massive run. $690 was the all-time high. We could actually kind of see that. So there we have a $116 billion market cap. Do I believe that these all-time highs for a lot of these gems are, stuck at these prices? No. I think that we will see new all-time highs for a lot of these assets. Dogecoin, we know probably won't see an all-time high or a new one. At least in my opinion, it won't. But again, I could be wrong, but we do see the upside here on $116 billion being $5.82, or an upside of 25x. Let's go to Cardano. So Cardano, aka ADA, hit an all-time high of $3.10. Again, I do like to kind of compare and contrast here because there's really no difference between a lot of these assets compared to Hedera besides, speculation and hype. We do see, this would be almost an exact $5, upside of 21x. And last but not least, Solana, all-time high, $260. We know that Solana did a massive tear this year. It was a pretty incredible run. A lot of people, again, compared it to Hedera, saying, why can't, Hbar do a run like this? Don't worry, guys. Hbar can 100% do a run like this. This would be an 18x. You got to also remember that if we are talking about like the lows on Hbar, like this is great percentage returns even from our current levels, but think about those individuals that did buy at the lowest point on Hedera. Now let's talk about some speculation and hype that could provide Hbar to really start moving in price. Now, although Kevin O'Leary doesn't have the influence that for example, Elon Musk has. It is also something pretty significant in terms of an individual that does have a lot of influence over investor demand. This is an individual that almost has 1 million followers. So, I do believe that he could provide a lot of, volume to flow in terms of the retail demand. Obviously, individuals that do, their own research on Hbar know the power behind this, but sometimes you have those individuals that will follow blindly into the abyss just because someone like Kevin O'Leary does mention something like Hbar. But listen closely to this.
Hbar is another blockchain a lot of people haven't heard of, but it's the choice of Boeing to manage some of their supply chain management issues. Okay. So, why not own some of that?
And there you have it, guys. Although he's not specifically stating anything like, hey, Hbar is the best investment, or like, for example, like Elon Musk was pushing, Dogecoin drastically, saying this, saying that. We don't really need all that kind of hype. He's actually stating obvious things about Hedera and, why he does see, Hbar being a valuable, sort of token, but also Hedera being a valuable network and, just overall ecosystem for the future of some of these assets, or companies, I should say, technically. But also, as we do continue to see, individuals like Kevin O'Leary sort of jump in on the, Hedera game, we are also seeing, Hedera continuing to expand greatly in terms of some of these major areas. For an example, we do see here in this interview with Rob Noddle, or Rob Allen, technically, our SVP for Ecosystem Acceleration discusses Hedera and FPOS Australia, how he became part of the Hbar Foundation, the future of interoperability becoming open source, the metaverse, and the Hedera Guardian. And when we are talking about this, I want you guys to realize FPOS is such a huge aspect for Hedera. I do think that when we do see the massive growth within, FPOS itself utilizing Hedera, I think that that's when we really will see the value that Hedera does unlock. But also, I do want to mention Australia because we are seeing Hedera continuing to prove itself as the DLT of choice in Australia. Hbar will soon be a household name here. Timeless, has been working with Hedera and the open source Guardian and is working with large-scale public, private, and government entities. Hello, future. And yes, I do believe that we should all be focused on some of these major use cases that are being built. And I do think that when we are talking about Timeless, I think that this is something that we should be, opening our eyes to, because I do think that this is going to be a very incredible, software solutions provider for many of these major names around the world. But also, I think that this is going to be a very cool use case that is going to be utilizing Hedera. And we do see Timeless is an enterprise-grade solutions provider built on Hedera that focuses on supporting clean energy and sustainability initiatives across the globe. And I really want to capitalize on sustainability. We can really kind of see the breakdown here. After 6 months working with the Hbar Foundation, Timeless is integrating its platform with Hedera and the open source Guardian. This will enable Timeless to deliver leading carbon reporting solutions for ESG compliance, guarantee of origin, and voluntary carbon marketplace ecosystems. As part of this partnership, Timeless is building an ESG compliance reporting platform using carbon tokenization as the primary accounting unit, engaging with large-scale private, public, and government entities. The platform leverages the HTS due to its scalability and efficiency. Prior to the partnership, Timeless was developing its blockchain platform. This has moved to the Timeless platform and will evolve on Hedera. This decision was made after researching leading blockchain and DLTs, opting for Hedera's high throughput, fixed fees, and low energy usage. I want you guys to, see that the idea here is focused on sustainability. Sustainability is becoming a huge selling piece. I also believe that this is going to be a huge, value provider for Hedera. I shouldn't even say Hedera, but Hbar as a token, but also Hedera as a company. The main focus is the idea of sustainability, but we are also seeing, again, talking about Australia, Hedera making massive headwinds here with, of course, Civic Ledger. We are proud to announce our partnership with Civic Ledger, the award-winning software company pioneering transparent, trusted, and connected water markets in Australia. Again, as part of the grant, we will be supporting the development of their Hedera-based water ledger, a platform redesigning water accounting and governance of water markets through the power of Hashgraph and data. The water ledger leverages the Hedera Guardian service and will play a pivotal role in demonstrating water accounting and compliance to verify the responsible sourcing and discharge of water during the mining phase of Australia's critical minerals. And again, Civic Ledger is a perfect fit for the Sustainable Impact Fund through their enabling the UN to achieve its sustainable development goals. Again, guys, I want you to realize that this is all focused on a greener future, sustainability at heart, because at the end of the day, sustainability is playing a pivotal role in, of course, the adoption of, crypto. We actually see here, this week was a pretty big week in sustainability on Hedera and the Hbar Foundation Sustainable Impact Fund. Let's do a quick recap. And again, they are mentioned Timeless, Atma.io, even NFT Grade, which I mentioned as well, Miko.me. We also see Civic Ledger. I mean, the overall, view here is the idea that when we talk about everything happening within Hedera, sustainability is the key to unlocking the future of crypto adoption. I think that when we are talking about Hedera, I think that this is going to be a big selling point for Hbar as well. And I think that this is what's going to provide a lot of value to Hbar over other assets within the space. This is also the idea that when we are talking about Hedera and its name, it's going to grow in terms of the popularity behind this asset and also company, as we do see sustainability becoming more and more of a critical role in terms of the adoption of crypto technology. And we see this being a problem with, a lot of proof of work, mechanisms, more so like Bitcoin. We even see Ethereum kind of changing its goals and moving towards proof of stake here shortly. I think that things like that should be looked at and really kind of accounted for, because it does also provide the idea that a lot of these networks, a lot of these projects will have to innovate further to really be pushed to a new generation of users and also adoption. And it is all starting with, again, sustainability at the key positioning of these assets. So again, with all of that in mind, to really kind of sum it up, I do believe that Hedera is going to have an incredible year ahead. I don't think that the token release, I don't think anything in terms of the tokenomics is going to allow it to not hit those targets. I think that it's right down the alley with all of the other assets within the space in terms of their market caps at all-time highs. We also have to realize that, guess what? It's not all about price action. Think about all the development happening as well. Even during Amazon, right? As Amazon was building out its massive company and things were moving ahead, price action was actually dropping and staying stagnant. And guess what ended up happening at the end of the day? As development continued and the success of the company continued, the price eventually followed through. So all we have to do is pay attention to the fundamentals, pay attention to development, and guys, the price will continue with the way that Hedera is, really kind of doing things, which is in a very bullish manner. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.